Good, good. I just want to ask you about the draft process and what interaction you had with the Bucs to where maybe you had an idea they might be taking you today.
Man, I had a great draft process, man. I want to thank the Buccaneers for drafting me, but honestly, throughout this process, man, talking to them, I didn't have no clue that I'll be the one that they call, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
Obviously, with where you come from at Pitt, the comparisons to Aaron Donald's, they come. Just what do you make of those, and what's that like playing in the shadow of a future Hall of Famer?
Man, that's a great comparison, honestly. But I'm Calijah Kancey at the end of the day, and it's great to be compared to a guy like that in that caliber. But at the end of the day, I'm Calijah Kancey, and that's who I want to make a name for.
Hey, Calijah, I don't know what your expectations were going into this draft. Obviously, you did a lot to help yourself. Did you think you would go as high as 19? Did you think you were a first round pick? What were your hopes there?
I definitely knew I was a first round pick. I think my size was something that kind of moved me down on the charts. But honestly, I always felt as if I was a first round pick.
I know they used you a lot of different places on the front there in Pitt. Obviously, your three technique probably most naturally here, but do you like the idea they could use you on the edge some, move you around on different looks?
Man, wherever they need me, that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna make the plays from wherever on the field.
A lot of times, defensive tackles, when they go to the next level, they have a difficult time kind of making that transition, at least in terms of sack numbers. What is something you hope to kind of do to alleviate that transition so you can be productive right away?
Something I hope to do when I get there in the next level, I want to learn the playbook, and I want to be able to play faster than what I am. I think knowing the playbook and knowing what you could do, knowing what you got to do on the field helps you play faster. So that's something I'm gonna put a lot of work into.
How much interaction did you have with the Bucs leading up to the draft and this whole process?
I talked to the Bucs and at the combine. We had a great talk, but honestly, it wasn't much. It wasn't much talk before then. And like I said, man, I'm grateful for them for calling me.
Elijah, you went, to Miami Northwestern. There's another famous alum from there, Levante David, that's on this football team. You ever had any interaction with him, and what's it like joining a guy that's from that neighborhood?
Levante David, blue collar guy, a guy that keeps that chip on his shoulder, kind of remind me of myself as well. Just two Miami guys, going to Miami Northwestern, the powerhouse of Miami football, and just stand on the course, stand to the course, and just not forgetting that we got that chip on our shoulder, and that's something that stands out from him to me.
Where does that chip come from for you personally? What is it that you carry that from?
I want to say being overlooked my whole life. Not too many people believing in me. Not passing the eyeball test for many guys, but also just proving myself right and not trying to prove anyone wrong.
Calijah, are there other guys on this team that you know, other Bucs that maybe you worked out with or know from past seasons or anything like that?
Honestly, it's no one on the team that I know that I can call, but I definitely can't wait to get to know guys.
Calijah, the Bucs have a pretty good defensive tackle already here in Vega. What are your thoughts on the prospects of playing next to him? What do you hope to learn from him?
Man, I can't wait to be a sponge, man. Every day I want to just learn from him. I want to see how he approached the game as a pro. I want to see what things he can help me with and what things I might can help him with. And then we're gonna go out there and make plays.
If you could talk to Bucs Nation right now, what kind of player are they getting when Calijah Kancey steps into this building?
Bucs Nation is getting a ball player, a guy who they could depend on, a guy who they don't have to worry about off the field, but on the field he's going to make those plays, and just a great guy, a stone guy, and a ball player, hard worker.
Calijah, Bucks GM Jason Light remarked about how mature you are as a player. What's your mindset about where you are in your career and where you want to take your career in the NFL?
I just know every day I gotta work on getting 3% better. I'm not where I want to be at, and that's where I can't get stuck in my head. I gotta stay hungry, and that's something that I focus on a lot. I want to make sure that I never get complacent, and I just want to learn. I want to get better every day. I want to be the better version of myself every day.
Do you already set goals for what your rookie season would look like?
No, but I definitely want to help contribute to a Super Bowl again.
Calijah, you just mentioned talking about getting better. Where in your game do you think there is room for improvement, and where specifically do you want to get better at?
I want to get better at being consistent, being able to have that great footwork, great technique, and just being able to and be in position to make those plays. That's just something I got to do every down, and that's what I'm gonna be working on.
Calijah, you wore 8 at Pitt, wore it well. Obviously, guys can wear single digits in the league now. If that number's available, would you stick with 8 in the NFL?
Man, that's a great question. I haven't even thought about the number yet. Honestly, I don't know what number I want, and it won't matter at the end of the day. I think a number don't make me. I'll just go out there and play. You can give me whatever number you want, and I'm gonna go out there and make plays in it.
Calijah, Pitt has a lot of players that made a big name for themselves at the next level at the NFL. So I'm just curious, during this whole process, was there any, whether it's former players, just people in the community and the organization, anyone that gave you advice on how to go about this process and how to make it at the next level in the NFL?
I talked to a lot of guys. Aaron Donald, a lot of my former teammates, Patrick Jones, Jalen Twyman, Rashad Weaver. Man, I talked to all my guys at Pitt. Kenny Pickett. I talked to every one of those guys. Damari Mathis. They all just gave me some input on how to approach the game, and what to look for, and how they went through it.
Where did you watch the draft? Tell me where you are now. Is there family around? What was that moment like? Who's around?
I'm watching. I watched the draft down here in Miami, Florida. I'm here with my family, and man, the response, man, everything was just like it caught us off guard, man, and everybody just cheered out loud, and I was just stunned. I didn't know what to say.
All right, thanks.
Thank
What
you.
made it? You told us you thought you were a first round draft pick. So how come you were caught off guard with this?
I just want to say, just like being called by Tampa Bay, and honestly, the draft was kind of not going the way that it looked it on mock drafts and everything, and what people predicted. So it was all just like a surprise, and honestly, it kind of worked out. It worked out great. I'm happy
You're
that
good.
the
Oh,
I'm
sorry, I didn't
happy
mean to
to
cut you off.
I'm Buccaneers.
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
It's
Bad on my
okay.
part.
No
You're
problem.
playing for a head coach that's known for great defense. Just your thoughts on what it'll be like to play for Todd Bowles, and what kind of interaction you've had with him.
Me and Coach Todd Bowles haven't spoke much, but we're definitely looking forward to building a relationship, and I'm definitely gonna give him the 100% that he deserves from me on the field every down, every practice, every day.
Calijah, there's been so much made about your ability to get out to the quarterback, pass rush. But what do you bring as a run defender?
I bring that pop. I think guys kind of don't know how explosive I am, and guys kind of I want to say fall asleep on my run game. And, as you can see, I had a lot of TFLs in the previous years, and I actually love stopping the run. So we're gonna surprise a lot of people.